Okay, well, welcome everybody to today's graduation. Today is March 27th, 2015. And we just finished a great weekly memorization / prestidigitation. And it was concluded with Saphira's recitation of Mark Antony's speech. So, and that was a very good job, by the way. And thank you, Manuel, for giving emotional support, because I could see you from back there giving the positive energy.
He made me smile. I
To
really
it.
just smile when I see him.
Okay, good. So before we get into giving out the certificates for everyone, I would like to talk a little bit about the statistics for the school. So Summer, would you mind getting that off the board again, please? I want to talk about that and some of the projects that we're working on that other schools just don't do. And I think it's part of the reason why our statistics are so good and why we will be getting our permanent license, I believe, in May. So in Nevada, vocational schools have to publish the enrollment, attendance, and placement statistics for all students. And our school, the bottom line is for our school is that of the students that finish or leave because they have jobs, we have what percent are employed? 87% of people that attend this school and finish or leave because they have a job, 87% of those people are employed. And so I think we should give each other a round of applause, because it's not just the people who make it through, it's the people who sometimes can't make it that help everyone else get through. You know, this really is a team. This is not a competitive thing. This is a swim buddy type approach, that we get better because other people help us get better. And we help everyone else. We help each other do that. So the statistic of 87% is very good. Unfortunately, 45% of our people are not able to graduate. And I would say less than 10% of the people who come here are asked to leave. So, but 45% of the people just can't make it through. Some people can't make it through just because they screw up, they deviate, something happens and they get rolled up. But most people can't make it because it's very hard if you live, especially at Catholic Industries. I mean, what's the place called?
Cafeteria.
Yeah, if you live there, when you have to get up at what time in the morning? Get out.
6:30 now.
You have to get out at 6:30 in the morning. You don't get to leave your house there, all of your possessions there. You have to take them. You don't get a bus pass. You don't get a lunch. You have to carry everything and walk, about a mile and a half?
Yep.
About a mile and a half to come to school. And if it's raining, you walk in the rain. If it's cold, you walk in the cold. If it's 115 degrees outside on the way back, you walk back. You miss the free meals at the other places like Salvation Army and the Mission, right? And then you have to be back at what time to get a bunk?
By
It's
earlier now. It's about 3.
By 3 o'clock to get a bed. And once you get that, you can't leave, right? So once you're in there till 6 o'clock, 6:30 the next morning. So it takes a lot to come 16 weeks, 5 days a week, 7 hours a day. It takes a lot to get here. And we owe a lot to Salvation Army, on the other hand, because they drive you, right?
Yep.
You have, do you share a room with someone?
Yes.
You share a room with someone, so it's like a dorm.
Yes, dorm.
Right?
Yes, it's dorm.
So like a dorm environment.
Mhm.
Might not be like a dorm at Stanford, but it's easy to, you don't have to bring your stuff every day,
Right.
right? You don't have to, you can get a good night's sleep, relatively speaking, right? How many beds are in that other place? How many in that other place?
Salvation.
No.
Yeah. Hundreds, maybe.
How many beds are in that place,
300, 500.
Eric?
There are about 500.
About 500 people sleeping in one big room?
Actually,
Two big rooms.
Two big rooms.
2.5 now.
Okay, 2.5 rooms. So 500 people, that would be tough. So, so even the people that don't make it are better off than they were when they started. And sometimes it's just too hard to come here. But that says a lot about the other people who do make it, in 87%. So the message is to, to keep supporting each other, helping each other do this. And then when you get employment, to do what?
Keep it
And
help your fellow
help
students.
other students do it. Help other students do that. Be a team player. And we also owe a lot to the campus in California, because without the campus in California, most of the people here would not be able to go. Because even though there are federal grants for retraining for people, especially the type of people that are our students, the people who give out those grants don't give them to the people who really need it. Those grants go to people who need a job. And they go to people who they expect are going to get jobs, that have a high probability of getting jobs, not the people who don't. And so we're going to keep banging our head against the wall to say employers will hire people who have marketable skills. And they'll hire people who have marketable skills regardless of whether they're an ex-felon or whether they were living at that Catholic place, or they will hire people because they want people who will make them money and save them money. So eventually, one of two things is going to happen. Either our heads are going to get bashed in because from banging them against the wall, and the wall is going to be too hard, or enough of us are going to be banging our heads against the wall and that wall will come down. Another thing I think is noteworthy, especially at this time, is that on Wednesday, we got to testify in front of the Judiciary Committee for the Nevada Senate regarding what? Senate Bill 294. Senate Bill 294, which is designed to allow inmates in Nevada state prisons to be able to have access to the internet for education purposes or work. And we were the only non-government agency asked to testify, and that did testify. And we brought an employer here, Angelo Casaro, who's spoken to us, president of the Italian American Club. He got up and spoke about the importance of doing this. And then today, the head of the administrator for the continuing CPE, Post-Secondary Education, Commission on Post-Secondary Education, she is in favor of that bill too, because she knows it's very hard to get a job if you don't have marketable skills. And today's marketable skills, meaning access, internet-oriented things, knowing how to type, a lot of people didn't learn those before, and this is the opportunity to do it. So it looks like that bill is going to pass, and that inmates at Casa Grande and the Reno facility will be able to use the internet for education and work purposes. And then when we were leaving, just to conclude on this part of our little chat, as we were leaving, Deputy Director Foster pulled us aside and said, we're ready to start having a class, a campus at Southern Desert. Is that what it is?
Southern Desert.
Southern Desert. We have the classroom space. We're ready to get going for Southern Desert to start an education program there. So again, a lot of that, well, in fact, at the end of the day, that is because our students here are proving that education is good, and the Casa Grande students are proving at Casa Grande that education is worthwhile. So let's congratulate each other for that too, because the credit is all yours. And now we're going to start giving out our certificates. And so the way we do it here is I'm going to introduce somebody and you get your opportunity to say whatever you want to say about the school. And So you have your opportunity to say whatever you feel like. So let's start with, I guess this is going to go in numerical order. Marcellus Crawford. So Marcellus, I remember when Marcellus first got here, first came, he was the new wave that was set, because it used to be sort of in waves with Casa Grande. We had about 14 people. They graduated, and then we had nobody, and then all of a sudden Marcellus came and everybody else came with him. About 10 or 12 more people came shortly thereafter. So I think for Marcellus, my recollection was not really sure of what was going on, right? But Marcellus has been very good at just not being dramatic. Well, I just happen to be looking in your direction. Not being dramatic, just doing his thing every day, following through, being prepared, being on our memory recitations, our Friday things, stepping up, being the director, keeping order, keeping people doing it. And so the school is better off that Marcellus was here, and you're now employed, right?
Right.
Okay, so Marcellus is employed, and when are you going to be getting out?
It's supposed to be May the 6th, but I think my date moved up because Monday I have to go sign my release papers.
Okay, so that's a good thing, right?
Right.
Okay, so Marcellus, again, oh, here's what you have. So Marcellus is graduating. And I don't mean to sound like I was surprised, but so 591 total hours. Why is that?
I'll come to Hero School.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, yeah. Okay, so good. 591 hours. Typing, what did you start at?
8.
8. Okay, so you got up to 29 words per minute and 180 10 key. So that's a big improvement. That's almost 400%. The cloud.
All right.
So you got your certificate for that. Brain rush. Oh, good. Excellent. Surprise.
Surprise me.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you. I like to say this program do work. You know what I mean? It was a struggle for me. You know, I stayed at it. The little bit I learned, I took it a little
A
further.
little bit you learned.
The little bit I learned, I took it a little further and learned a little bit more with it. You know, but it's one thing that really helped me out. The job where you go find your calling, three people you know, use that, research your job, and that's how I got my job. I found 3 guys at Casa Grande. One guy was already trying to get me there, so I talked to him, and then he introduced me to another friend of his, and I talked to him, and then I got a chance to go out there and talk to the plant manager and let him know that I'd been reading up on the plant and even coming out there finding out a lot about the plant. So he gave me a shot, and now they like the way I work out there and picking up on the skills real quick. So it does work. So find your calling and find your 3 people and 3 to 5 people rather, and see what you can do with it and make something out of it.
Great, thank you. Okay, chronologically, who was next? Margaret. Okay, well, there's a lot I can say about Margaret, especially because I sat right behind her. But I won't. I will, well, actually, I'll say a bit. Margaret is sort of been like Marcellus. Just come in here, do your job, focus on stuff, take it seriously. I think that it's not President Obama. So Margaret, I think were you the first person that started doing the TED Talks, getting the transcripts done? Okay, and other people followed that?
Yeah.
She showed me.
Odie showed me.
Okay, well, Odie learned it from Margaret. Okay, so that was a good thing that Margaret did. Margaret's there, just again, just coming in, doing her job, focusing on assignments. Sometimes it was a little bit frustrating because I might say, does anybody need brain rush? And Margaret would usually raise her hand that she was done, wanted more brain rush things. And you spoke up when asked, right? And I didn't really volunteer a lot. Okay, because you're quiet. But when Margaret was called upon, she was able to answer questions, usually, unless the person sitting to her right. Yeah. Unless that person was chatting about something. Oh, homework assignments. Okay, assignments. So Margaret has made the school better by being here consistently, doing her stuff. Again, not drama, not really drama, different sort of drama. But just always doing what she was doing, quietly progressing and doing things. So Margaret, thank you. And this is what we have for you. 535 hours, graduation. Margaret has also graduated. Typing, what was your typing? What did you start at?
19.
19. Okay, so you almost doubled it to 36, and you got over that threshold of at least 35 and 185 10 key. The cloud, good. And of course, brain rush, we were expecting that. And so this is for you, Margaret. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job.
Well, I didn't know nothing about the cloud, and I learned about the cloud here and about emailing jobs. I didn't know how to do that, and getting my my resume together, and I got a job same week that I got out. So
And how does it feel being out?
it was overwhelming at first, but I'm getting used to it. Feels
Okay.
good to be free.
Okay. Well, thank you, Margaret.
Yeah.
Summer,
All the time.
the other half of the dynamic duo. So I think it's a good thing. You need to get on camera. Okay. So I think it's a good thing
Get it?
that Margaret is not like Summer, because Summer is really high energy and not quiet. Not quiet. It's too bad Mario isn't here today, because that seems like the morning routine, right?
Summer Mario.
Yeah. And I think that Summer came from a place that was a little bit different than Margaret or Marcella's, in that you guys were, probably used to just being more quiet, focused on what you're doing, and just do things. Where I think one of the things that my observation is that what Summer did, what you got, was a little bit more ability to focus and stay on task. And I think if we go back and look at the first videos of you, you will see you were much different. For example, I think the very first video, you were in the chair going like this. You're doing your poetry.
Probably, yeah.
And
Tells everybody not to move. Sit still.
so, I think that's a big improvement. You're still off camera. Okay. I think that was a good thing that you got. You focused, and I saw over the 16 weeks that you stayed on point. You got more things done. The quality of your work improved tremendously, and I'm not saying that it started out bad, but it did improve. And so, and you're going to be coming back next week as an intern. Okay, so that's good. Some of the projects, maybe La Voce or something. I mean, Ciao Tutti. Are you part Italian?
Sure.
What part? What part? Okay, so here's what we got for Summer. 553 total hours. Now, if you come 16 weeks, it's 560 hours. You only need 520 to graduate. So that means you are only 7 hours off. But I think Sherry closed the numbers as of yesterday. So that would be almost perfect attendance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Typing, what did you start at in typing?
13.
13. So you got up to 30 and 168 on 10 keys. So that's good. And the cloud, and of course, Brain Rush. You were another person that was always looking for Brain Rush things. So Summer, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm still not into public speaking, but I'd like to thank the director and my fellow students for helping me through this program. The cloud is a wonderful place to be, and I can't wait to take my next company there. Thank you so much.
Was she crying?
No.
Okay, Safira.
Oh,
Okay, so. You got to get over here.
hello.
Okay, good. So it's going to work. So once again, this is like the long and short of it. Okay, so Safira. You're not coming back, or are you?
I am.
Okay, good. So good. Safira's going to be coming back because Safira brought a lot of energy to the school. And we all became better because Safira's sometimes inability to not speak. No, there was that one time when it was the choose your next words very carefully, Safira. Remember that?
That's why I just blink now.
Okay. And one of the advantages of Safira that we benefited from is she had a military career before this. She had a career at Staples, right? Or was it Office Depot? Oh, Walmart? Oh, it was Walmart. She had a career at Walmart before this and had experiences that she could bring in that a lot of us have not had. And so we benefited from having Safira here. Also, Safira, like some others, I'll
Just
wait.
making sure my
I'll wait.
just making sure my lip gloss was okay.
Okay. So where was I? Yeah, no. So like some others before her, Safira also took the memorization very seriously. And, time after time, people that come in, they see the memorization stuff. It's always, this is a great thing. Who has a book?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my book.
Okay, well, here's the good news. Summer's job is going to be to get the new book done, okay? To get it updated for 2015 and to the printer. Can I have an amen? So Safira took that very seriously. And did you get all of them done?
Yes, I
Okay, so she did. So that means Safira is entitled to a Chromebook when she gets out. When are you getting out?
did. I'm eligible for house arrest September the 15th.
Okay,
So by
now it's
October.
up to you to remember.
Oh, I'm gonna remember it.
Okay.
I'll trust and believe that.
Okay, good.
Okay. I promise that to my daughter.
Okay, good.
She ain't gonna let me forget.
So, and how about the Gladius? Do you want that too?
Yes, I'll do.
Okay, all right. So, as Randy Voyart, who's running for city council, said when he saw the book and sort of kind of demanded our last treasured, hallowed copy how important being able to remember things and articulate is. And everyone else who has seen the book says the same thing. And so, Safira was able to stick through it. I know it's hard, but again, if you say I can't do it, it's going to be even harder to do. Did you make it fun to do?
I did.
Is that partially how you're able to do it?
Yes, and then I stopped listening to the radio on the way home and from school and to school. I was like, I can't listen to it. I got to just study my poem only. So that made it easier because usually I just, discipline. I usually want to listen to the radio, but I stopped. So now I can listen to the radio.
Okay. And thus we move forward. Okay, so Safira, 540 hours. What was your typing at you started?
26.
26, so 69 words per minute. Okay. Now, Dave, what were you when you finished?
70.
70. Manual?
70, sir. But I
No.
went higher.
What is your highest?
76. But 70 is fine. Oh, 70.
Okay, how about 69?
That's fine too.
Okay, anything is good. All right. Of course, the cloud, brain rush.
I did all my brain.
Okay, good. And so the school is much better off. I know we all agreed the school is much better off because of Safira, and we're going to miss her on the days that you're not here, which is what days? Every day?
Fridays.
Oh, Friday is the only day you won't be here? Oh, good. Excellent. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say, first of all, I'm just going to thank God because without him, I couldn't have made it. I could have come this far because he gives me the motivation every morning to get up and come here and to be with you guys. Like you guys being in your presence has made me a stronger and a better person, throughout this 16-week journey. I thank Sherry and the director, even though he is an honorable guy, we all know.
I never claimed that.
So I just blink now. So, but no, on a serious note, I'm extremely thankful to have, gone to Casa Grande, and they are the reason why I was able to come to this program. And has made me a better person. I've learned a lot, especially from the director, especially with the smallest things that I think that don't pertain to me or wouldn't matter. Those are the biggest things that actually have taken effect in my life the last 6 weeks. And it totally surprised me. Like when I went on my job interview, like the Remember This Book, like for me, that was my most important part of the class because I like to remember things. Because as I started to get 28 and up to 30, I started to notice that my memory was like, oh, I'm forgetting small stuff. But now I can just tell the difference. Like it does make a difference. Like I said, you may not think it is. And if you just put dedication and time in it, you can do anything you want to do. And we all have a journey and somewhere we have to go. This isn't the end of our journey. This is only preparing us to take another step to our next journey. So I'm thankful to have been a part of Larson Training Centers. Thank you, Director, even though we don't get along. No, but I thank each and every one of you guys, and I wish you nothing but the best in life, success, and hopefully when I get out, I'll see you guys, and maybe, I don't know, we can go have dinner or something. Yeah.
And help get people jobs.
And help get people jobs. Barbecue, hot dogs, all that good stuff.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. Okay. Manual. Yes, I like your choice of clothing today.
I bought a ticket.
Rambo, right? Just like Rambo down there?
Wasn't
Sort of.
intentional, but
Okay,
it's warm here in Las
okay.
Vegas.
So when Manuel came to the school, it started like this. I'm here for Hero School. Who are you?
I wouldn't say it like that, but it did start like that. Yeah, it did.
So Manuel has always been, there's always, not always, but often we have a student who has had good experience and helps other students. Will Nada, where's Tellis? Oh, he's back there on the phone. Okay. So Will Nada was in the first class like that. Somebody who was educated and experienced and helped us do the school because he was very helpful for other people. And Manuel has been helpful with other people. And Manuel really, I think, set the pace for the recitation. Wouldn't you agree, Safira and Dave? Is that, and I don't, did Odie's doing it help you at all? Motivate you to just,
Yes, absolutely, sir.
okay, good, right answer. Okay, so when I go like this, I ask you a question. We have gotten a lot of hits on the Mark Antony speech that Manuel did about 4 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
And I think because of that, that set the bar for Safira. And when we watched Safira today, I could see that she could see you and was looking over towards you. And I could tell that you were mentally projecting for her to help her get through on those rough spots. And you did a good job on that. And that's an example of how Manuel has been here at the school, helping other people, setting an example. Manuel started at that Catholic Industries place and
Charities.
oh, Charities. Okay. He started there. I never heard any complaining. You know, I think Manuel is good at synthesizing happiness. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that reflects on us all, because if we had a habit of having someone here who came in every day and was not upbeat and positive, that would infect other people. So the school is much better because of Manuel. We're hoping that Manuel will be able to do night school. We still are short some people to do night school, but you know, to be here to do night school.
Thank you.
Okay. And then anything we can do to help you.
Thank you.
But thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
the school better. Oh, I gotta say what we got.
No.
This is for posterity. Okay, 563 total hours. 70 words per minute. Now, why does this say 70?
70's fine.
Okay. All right. Did you slow down at the end?
No, I just never been able to sustain. My highest was 76,
Okay.
but that was a peak.
Okay.
So I'm good at 70.
All right. And 290 on 10 key. I think that might be the second highest. Aristotle got over 300.
I did 305.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, I think he did 307.
Okay.
Does anybody remember?
It's fine.
Anybody remember? Huh? Okay, well, if nobody remembers, then the new record is 305. Okay, Manuel Jackson, also the cloud.
Cloud's a good place to be. We
And-
need the cloud.
And brain rush, which is not
Easy.
unexpected. So again, thank you very much,
Thank you
Manuel.
for having me. I appreciate it. Well, this is a much anticipated day, and it's a great place to be. And I'm very fortunate to be in the company of such esteemed individuals as yourself. And, you know, all of you are going to do well, equally as well, if not greater. And he is right. You know, I would like to just say in chronological order, I did start at Hero School first. I didn't know anything about Larson. I was at Catholic Charities, and I happened to meet, you know, two guys, and, you know, I told them my story, and they told me about this guy gentleman by the name of Tiger Todd. And they said, quite frankly, that Tiger makes things happen. So I said, you know, really? And they said, yeah. So I said, well, I got to find this guy named Tiger. So I came and I found him, and I found his associate, Miss Kim, the Hero School. And also I'd like to give the greatest appreciation to Miss Sherry, because it was due to Miss Sherry's patience and insight that she brought me into Larson, because I did not know Larson.
And Salvation Army too, right?
No, yeah, that I was getting to that.
Oh, okay.
But
Sorry.
Mrs. Sherry is probably the most overlooked asset in the place. And
Amen.
and you ladies I would personally say that, in addition to, the masculine intellect, you should also gravitate to Miss Sherry, because she's a prototype. She's a model for, all of the things that women should embody, and intelligence, fashion, style, class, all of those things. And those are things that you can glean from her while you're here. And so anyway, she was thoughtful enough to try to get to, and successful, to get me into a Salvation Army. But regardless, I had the determination. I was like you said, I was, well, you and I both know the only thing that would have kept me out of here. And, but I was but I was determined, to complete the course, because I dug it. And there's a lot here, the philosophy, the law, those things that, I did not anticipate those kinds of subjects, but those are very enriching due to the insightfulness of the director. And we can apply that. Stoicism, Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Alexander, law, positive law versus natural law. Those and caveats. Those are all things that, probably had we had known those things earlier, we would have had a more enriching development. Anyway, Ms. Sherry was kind and to help me, and Tiger Todd, and the director. I really can't say enough about you.
Why are you stepping away?
The director. I really can't say enough about the director. And initially,
That's good of him.
he just had a lot of things that I just really wasn't used to, and he changed my concept. And I have to say this too, man. Like, we should be different people at the end of this curriculum than we were when we started. We should be different, and I am different. And I think that the TED Talks, so we had issues there. We had issues on the TED Talks, but the TED Talk, and we need that, because we get the opportunity to hear highly intelligent people speaking before other highly intelligent people, and that gives us the opportunity to distill that within ourselves. So and now I haven't quite secured employment just yet, because I wanted to complete the program. I didn't think I did have employment, but it would have meant that I would have had to leave here.
Right.
And I did not want to leave here. So now that I have employment, I can begin to seek. And
Now that you've graduated.
now that I've graduated, I'm
Got it.
sorry,
Yeah.
I can now seek employment. And I have some feelers out. I'm waiting to hear back from a company. I'll probably know next week. Good or bad, yeah or nay, that I don't know. But I threw my line out. I got a nibble. Either they're going to reel me in, or I'm going to reel them in.
Good.
And but either way, it was very kind of you to offer me a position in your night class, and I would be
Unless
honored.
Phyllis wants to go night.
Miss Phyllis?
No.
She wants to say
That took her a while.
Okay, okay. But it was kind enough you to give me consideration.
Now, are you going to be coming back here?
In what capacity?
Well,
sir?
to help on your search.
Oh, if that's permissible, sure.
Yeah. You can always participate. You can always practice typing.
Fine, like that.
Our house is your house.
Okay, that's a wonderful thing to know. Then it was a pleasure.
Okay, thank you, Manuel. And you will be getting your Chromebook too.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you're glad.
And
Gladys
your
as
Gladys.
well?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. That's
Okay.
quite honored.
So that wraps it up for our graduation ceremony for today. Now, because the CPE was here today, we usually have a celebratory lunch. We weren't able to do that because they were here today and we had to get stuff finished. Next Friday, we will have our graduation lunch. So,
I'll come in anyway.
okay. Margaret, will you be able to come in?
Yes.
Okay. Marcellus?
Yeah, I'm off next Friday.
Summer, you'll be here. You won't be
I'm
here?
coming in. Yes, I've changed my mind. Hello.
Okay. So we got to get that on. Are you coming in?
Yes, I am. Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Can y'all see me well?
Okay. Well, thank you. And let's give the graduates another round of applause for everything that they've done.